My father's first name was Trygve Johannes, very Norwegian, yes, extremely Norwegian. He was born in Illinois. His parents were Scandinavian, his father was Norwegian, his mother was Danish. Not a religious bone in his body, nothing, really not. No messianism, none of that. There's no, the Jews are the chosen people, none of it. World War II broke out. He volunteered, went to the Air Force. He was assigned to B-26s, which were considered the single most dangerous plane to fly. He went through World War II. He was in Sardinia, bombing the German installations on the Arno River and on the River Po. When the war was over, he went back to the United States. He really wanted to be a poet, and so he studied creative writing at Columbia University in New York. Okay. And then one day, on the Upper West Side, while he was eating breakfast in a diner, this gentleman approached him, told him that he was from the Israeli underground, from the Haganah, and that his name was on a list, that they wanted him as a pilot. And my father said, "How'd my name get on your list?" He said, "Well, you're, as somebody who seems to be the kind of person who would help the Jews." And my father said, I don't really know any Jews. I don't have any Jewish friends. And my father said, "I'm assuming you're asking me to volunteer." And he said, "I am." And he said, "When were you thinking of that?" And he said, "We were hoping tonight." And my father said, "Well," he said, "I have one question. I'm Norwegian," he said, "and so fly fishing for me is really vital. I really have to have good fly fishing. Is there good fly fishing in Israel?" And the Israelis said, "The best."
The best.
They recruited him before the war. Part of what they said was, there's going to be a war. And he said, "Why?" And they said, "Well, there's 40 million of them and 600,000 of us." And my father said, this is a true quote, "I have always abhorred asymmetry." And that was the reason he gave as to why he came. He did not like asymmetry. So my father volunteered. He helped train Jewish pilots. Then they flew them to Italy, and then he does Velveta Echad, Mifta Velveta. That's bringing the Messerschmitt parts in the C-46s from Czechoslovakia to Israel. And that was how he arrived. He never looked back again. He never wavered at all. I mean, from the day he arrived in Israel, that was his country, that was his home. He met my mother, who was a daughter of a rabbi and from a Hasidic family on my grandfather's side, and converted to Judaism, and that was it. He lived and died in Israel. For him, it was a fascinating, as he said to me once, he said, "Sonny boy, how many people do you know who can say they actually helped create a new country?" He said, so for him, that was the big thing, was that, oh my God, here I am, and I'm a vital part of this happening.